This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Okay, so Eddie Hearn has stated that he believes Anthony Joshua will get his rematch with Oleksandr Usyk for the unified IBF, WBO, WBA, and IBO World Heavyweight Championships. And that fight will be next. Anthony Joshua will not have an interim fight. Of course, there's been talk about him maybe fighting a Joe Joyce or a Wilder and a whole plethora of other names. But Eddie Hearn seems pretty confident that the fight with Usyk will be happening next. Of course, Eddie Hearn, he'll be speaking to Team Usyk all the time. He'll be permanently kept in the loop as to what's happening over there in Ukraine as far as Usyk is concerned. Also, the ministers of Ukraine have given, or at least offered, exemptions to Oleksandr Usyk and Vasyl Lomachenko. So if they want to go have their respective fights, as in Usyk to go fight Joshua and Lomachenko go fight George Kambosos Jr. in Australia, they are bending their rules to allow these two fighters to go into training camp and go have their respective fights. And I'm sure that part of their reasoning behind that is to try and give the country a bit of a morale boost. You know, have something to look forward to, I suppose. So, but Vasyl Lomachenko has apparently declined that offer and has instead decided to stay behind in Ukraine to help defend his country of Ukraine against the invasion of the Russian military. Will Usyk take him up on the opportunity? Will he go, yeah, you know what, I'm going to go off and go into training camp and go have a fight? I would guess probably not, because obviously he's a proud Ukrainian. I know in the beginning part when the war first started, a lot of people felt that Usyk wouldn't participate because he's very pro-Russia and all that kind of stuff. I think a lot of people were quite clearly wrong on that. So will he take the opportunity to walk away from the war for a couple of months? I think it's unlikely, but maybe he will. Maybe that's why Eddie Hearn seems quite confident that the rematch between Usyk and Joshua may well happen, because obviously he speaks to Team Usyk and maybe he's open to the idea. But I don't know whether or not that will go down well with the Ukrainian people or not, or even the world. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. If not, then I'm sure Anthony Joshua will have another opponent lined up pretty soon. Whether it be Joe Joyce, we know Joe Joyce seems quite unhappy about the fact that Joshua might not be fighting him next, that he might actually go straight into the Usyk rematch, by saying that he thought Anthony Joshua wanted all the smoke, and quite clearly he doesn't. I'm going to go fight someone else on the list and whatever else. But ultimately, if you're given the choice, Usyk for the world titles in a rematch or Joe Joyce, well, you'd probably choose Usyk, wouldn't you? Especially if you're Anthony Joshua, because firstly, you want revenge, and that's above all, isn't it? You want redemption. And of course, with a cherry on top, become a 3-time world heavyweight champion, unified at that. So that will be the more sensible route, you would think. But again, who wouldn't want to see Anthony Joshua versus Joe Joyce here in the UK? Of course we would. Of course we would. And I know some people saying, well, maybe Joshua, he shouldn't take the Usyk rematch anyway, because there's a very good chance that Usyk will do a better job on Joshua in the rematch. Some people are saying that from genuine concern for Joshua, because they don't want to see him lose, of course. Other people are saying it because they're a little bit nervous that maybe Anthony Joshua will get revenge and becomes world champion yet again. They don't want him up on that status. They want their favourite fighter, whomever it may be, whether it be Tyson Fury or Wild or whoever, to be the top dog. Okay, maybe. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see what happens with this particular situation. As I said, Lomachenko has decided to stay behind. Now, Lomachenko, apparently his job in Ukraine is border control. So he'll be checking passports, making sure males aged between 18 and 60 are not leaving Ukraine, all that kind of thing. And anybody who's coming into the country can come into the country. So he's got an important job, but I think he's on the Poland side, if I remember reading rightly. So he's not in the thick of the action where bullets and that are flying over. Of course not. He's not a military man, much like Usyk. He's not a military trained guy. Ukraine have their own military. They have their own army reserves and all these kind of things. So the likes of Usyk and Lomachenko, and of course the Klitschko's and whatever else, they're at the very, very back of the group. I know people have said that these guys are out on the front line. No, they're not. They're not. Okay, I mean, the Klitschko brothers like Vlad, he's doing a great job of promoting as to what's going on over in Ukraine by showing footage and pictures and that of buildings that's been blown up and all these other kind of things. But they're not out there on the front line, okay? They're not running across the battlefields with machine guns in hand, okay? So would they really be missed? Would Usyk really be missed as far as the war's concerned? No, but it's a good morale boost. But there again, it's a good morale boost for his Ukrainian people anyway. If he stays behind, it's good morale boost to say, well, he's defending our country, we should be too. But if he goes to fight Joshua, that's something for them to look forward to from that perspective, I suppose. Anyway, listen, that's my thoughts on it. You drop me yours, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.